How's everybody doing on this lovely, whatever days you may happen to land on this video? Alright. Get myself together. I'm working on this impulse of just getting up right when I get the inclination. Without a doubt. I was just watching, obviously, Shark Tank. Getting my downloads in and all that good jazz. And yeah. Where it is on, what time it is on my time to plan is 3:49 a.m. July 10th, 2025. So if you happen to land on this video in 2045, I'm still going to look the same. Eddie Murphy laugh. All right, let's get into it. I believe this episode is going to be a daily motivation video since it's so early. Grand rising and all that good jazz, you know what I mean? You got to be ahead of the curve. I'm feeling my heart chakra activate right now. There's a lot more creativity to be in there. Oh, baby jeez. Whew. Delicious, I know. Delicious. Let me stop being, actually, no, I'll always be funny. I always love to raise the vibration. But the topic of today's I'm not gonna say think differently, but every video will be think differently because it helps us think differently, you know what I mean? And my heart chakra is activating like a champion. I'm very proud. Seems like the confirmation burps come every time I hit record, right? A few hours ago, I was watching a download, and it hit me like this earth we're all living in right now is basically like a grand virtual reality game. It's like we're all have our own metaverse goggles on every day, and whatever we choose to think will happen in our reality. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like this new earth frequency is. It's displaying in our reality. It's like how it's like if you have a thought, it just manifests just like that. And it's like I'm feeling like we're the avatar, which we always have been in our own SimCity world, but now we're behind the binary coding of it, and we can change the codes. Like if you're playing like NBA Jam or Mortal Kombat back in the day, you know, or any type of games that you had the codes, you can input the codes before the game starts, or like Contra, up, down, left, right, select, start. Up, down, left, right, ABA, select, start, something like that for the Konami games and Contra. If you know, you know. But it's like now we can put the cheat codes in and we can do whatever in this new earth 5D frequency. It's phenomenal. If you know, you know. And so once I got that download from watching a download, I wrote it down immediately because I was like, oh, I'm going to remember. But I was like, nope, start writing everything down because that even helps manifest our realities even that much faster. It's like we have to be the alignment is what I'm getting. It's like if you're successful and you've always had that inclination that you're just a successful, abundant type of person, that feeling's in you for a reason because it's within your coding. That you're already that person. You're just going through an experience. Okay, that was the candle. You're just going through an experience to align yourself with what you already know, what your higher self already knows. And I'm getting that daily, that we can't allow fear in these false coding programs that keep us in the state of lack and poverty. That's the whole purpose. Is to keep us separated from ourselves. Forgive me, I crushed a whole bunch of Sour Patch Kids over there. Man, the munchie's like a champion. And I had a slice of, it wasn't Tombstone. What was this called? Red Baron. Yeah, that's what it was. Red Baron's dank too. The little thin crushed pizzas. But forgive me. But yeah, you have to be the alignment. Like, it's all within our coding. You love how I came back to Foundation. I know I'm good. Spirit team's on point. Especially now, the planetary alignment, man, our powers are getting, or we're coming online that much faster. I'm noticing a lot of that in the collective amongst myself as well. But how Spirit Team is painting this download for us to understand together is like we have to be the alignment. We have to be the alignment. You know what I mean? Like if we feel like we're healthy, let me slow down. If we know we're wealthy internally, then we have to match that frequency. That's bottom line. Alignment. We have to be the alignment. We have to be the feeling every day we get up. We have to have total surrendering faith in God to know that, you know what, I'm going to take away the control like I love to do, and I'm still working on this. I'm not I'm not going to even curse myself. I am the best at it. There it is. I'm the best at not allowing fear and low vibrating frequencies to attach to me no more. I'm living in the abundance frequency, richy rich life. I'm just living my dream life and just stay in that frequency and not allow anything to come in or attach its low vibrating frequencies to me. I'm good. It's like I've had to separate from people that I do love and care about because I'm understanding how frequencies work. It literally is. It's like you care for a person, right? But then it seems like every time you care for that person, you're pulling away the energy from yourself that you should have been directing towards your self development the whole time towards that person because you're concerned. And I kept on I'm realizing that more now. I'm like, man, okay, when I direct my energy towards me, it's just good. It's good. We can't, I don't want to say can't, but we need to work smarter than harder. So isolation is super key because once you let someone that you care about into your life and they don't have their frequencies where your frequencies are, it's just how it works. Your frequency is going to be pulled away from yourself, attempting to focus on that individual, help that individual, whatever the circumstance may be. It's just an energy exchange. And if you're not on the same frequencies, then you're going to have to diminish your light to match that frequency, and you're just getting pulled left and right. And if a friend of mine called me these last few days, hey, you want to come over? I'm like, you know what? No, I'm working on my album, and I'm doing my God work, And it hurts me to say no to him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like I gotta stay in alignment, especially during these special times. I can't be distracted, even though I don't like using that word when you care about people. But it boils down to a distraction. If you're taking your focus away from your prize, your target, your goals, your milestones, you're getting distracted. And it takes discipline. And that's what I'm learning through these last few days too. Discipline, focus, stay in balance, not allowing the too much of anything. Too much social media will just get you off kilter. So I'm learning how to balance, man, just like a true I was about to say a Buddha, like a true Buddha monk, whatever you want to call it. And it is uncomfortable, collective. It can be, but the more uncomfortable it is, that means we're elevating, we're pulling away from our comfort zone. That's another thing too I'm working on. We Are you going to choose comfort over your cosmic destiny? And I'm choosing my cosmic destiny. I already know what's behind me. I already know what's in the rearview mirror. I already know that life. I experienced that life. And I'm not in any rush to go back. It's awesome to know who you are, stand on it, know that you're always humble, so you're not being vain, but you have to speak what you are to the universe. The universe will get confused if you don't know. The universe operates exactly how we operate. So if you're confused and you're overthinking a lot, the universe is going to mirror that. It's not good. If you don't know the direction you're going in life, the universe will correspond exactly with your feelings because everything's energy and vibrations. So I'm learning that daily more. I've known it, but now I'm embodying it even more. And I'm saying this about myself, hard truths. Instead of me being more performative, I'm going to embody it even more. I was sitting here yesterday just embodying hard truths. I'm like, am I being performative? And I had to ask myself, like, yes, at times I'm being performative, meaning like I'm being emotional, Like, I'm passionate. I'm having fun with people, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of issues that I may be overlooking and not utilizing that discipline as much as I could be. You know what I mean? And that's a fact that I admit to myself. It's like, okay, so you've been known to shortcut things. You're getting better at it, but you know shortcutting is like building a foundation on a house of cards. Your foundation's like a house of cards, so it's not going to last. You know what I mean? Or like a game of Jenga. That was my arm. It wasn't me busting cheeks. So it's like a game of Jenga. So you did it again. So I need something steady, and I need to be real with myself. I need to like be totally disciplined, meaning like I got to choose cosmic destiny over comfort. You know, I'm watching Shark Tank now because I've been in a Neo chair all day, just resting because these planets that are aligning, these planetary alignments that are happening now is collective. You can agree with me or not. We're catching a lot of naps. We're getting dreary and like exhausted a lot easier, a lot faster. You know what I mean? My energy's always there, but I'm finding myself taking a lot more rest, cosmic rest, which is needed. It felt great earlier. I took like a fucking 5 or 6 hour joint. Woke up. I was like, man, it was like 7 something. All right, bet. I think it crashed around 3 or something like that after I was working on my album. And something just told me, all right, dude, boom, boom. And got up, was like, man, damn. But the body knows what it needs. The soul knows what it needs. So I'm being very responsive to the energies and the downloads and the inclinations I'm getting. I'm being just obedient more often. I'm not going to overthink anymore. And that's what I love too, because if I'm totally surrendering, which I even feel it in my gut, which is my second brain. I need to correct myself. I said this was our first brain a while ago. I'm learning. Since I'm a student of life, I learn something new every day. I can admit when I'm wrong. I don't mind that. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not a know-it-all. I always admit I don't know shit until God tells me, I know a little bit of, I know a lot about, I know a little bit about it. I know a little bit of everything. I'm not saying I'm like a jack of all trades, a master of one. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? Like I know a little bit of everything, but I'm not going to sit here and say I know it all because I learn shit. Every day I need to correct what I said. So I'm learning now that our gut is our second brain. And I love being totally surrendered to God and believing in the unseen, like totally, because now I took my hands off the steering wheel. Now I'm listening to my body's signs. You know what I mean? And less distraction helps you know when your intuition and your soul's compass is speaking and what direction is guiding you into. And being in isolation, I'm listening to it a lot more. I'm like, okay, bet. All right, change the station. Let's watch this joint. Bet. Because I still need to finish watching Brittany the Cosmic Wifey joint. But I'm finding myself, I'm watching a little bit of video. I still need to watch Brittany Phillips' video, Freya Ray's video. I saw you. I love you, girl. Love you. I love them all. Brittany Phillips, all you girls, I love you. I saw Michelle Malore's video. I finished watching her joint. I love you, girl. Her raspy voice, her smoky voice, sexy. I think Aeon, I watched her short. She's sexy as fuck too. Did I say that out loud? I hope I did. So there's a few different videos that I didn't finish watching. Maji the T, yeah. She's on point. She's in the park. Yeah, I got you, girl, man. Yeah, your joint is a soul hitter too. So I'm like halfway through your video too. And all your signs has been synchronistic with me. Ancestors, definitely. Yeah, if you know, you know. You're on point, girl. So there's a lot of videos that I've been kangarooing around, hopping from one to the next, due to the planetary alignments and the downloads and how frequently they are coming in, and I'm listening to my gut. And every time I listen to it, there's a synchronistic message. Because I feel bad because I'm not completing it like I normally would. I come back to it and complete it, but you know what I mean? It's just a different routine. I'm getting out of my routine. And my comfort zone's like, hold on, we normally don't do this. But my higher self's like, this is what we need to do to enter this new chapter. We can't bring everyone we care about with us. We can't. It's just like, it doesn't work. The math ain't mathing. So it was like, And yeah, to you guys, the collective, I can explain this, but my my ancestors and my higher self was telling me there's no more explaining it. Your mission is your mission. So this transmission you can explain to a T. You can explain, give them a Cliff Notes version of what you're going through, so people will know that you still love them. It's just a journey you're on, and it's just going to have to be what it is. Because my explanations are coming. They may be non-existent. It's just going to be king shit. I don't like saying king shit, but it's just like I'm operating in my full authority. You know what I mean? That's really how it has to be. I can't second guess because I'm basically having one foot in, one foot out. I want to be a human and be a god, even though we're all one. You know what I mean? I need to step into it and not be a people pleaser because I love everyone. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I love everybody. I don't want to offend people, but I have to be realistic with myself, knowing that people just hate me for just me being me now. So I got to take 50 Cent's advice and stop giving a fuck and just do it, And that's basically why I'm here, because I took his advice and other advice and God's advice. It's just like I got to stop caring for everyone's opinion. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on allowing them to tug on my sleeves my whole journey. I don't go that way, so I wouldn't go that way. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do this, man. No, fuck that. I wouldn't do that. Quiet. Keep it down. Don't record this, man. You're going to have a target on your back. If I listen to everybody's voice, I wouldn't be here in front of you. I wouldn't be living my best life now. I wouldn't be totally feeling in bliss right now. Okay. I mean, yeah, I was just thinking about earlier, all the people I told I'm going to be recording and doing my podcast and just seeing their faces. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? And it just still reminds me of that moment. I'm like, I'm so glad I stuck to my guns. And now I'm not chasing money and I'm not on no fear frequency. It feels fucking tastic. Knowing you're the Oracle and Neo all in one, and you all are the same too. So when I'm saying this, I'm saying we're all one as a collective. So we can all be what I'm saying I am right now. We just need to be the feeling. We need to be in alignment. We need to know that this is just a grand virtual reality game and we can make anything we want happen. That's within our own vessel. If you feel it, it's implanted in there for a reason from your higher self to achieve that download we already put in our bodies. So all these dreams and visions we're having, it's not coming from the outside world. If you know, you know. I mean, people can put their suggestions and opinions on you. You know what I mean? If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything, right? So, yeah, you can be easily puppeteered. Like these girls are getting puppeteered by pimps and shit. They're getting mind fucked, right? But if you totally have your own vision and you're solid within and you know who you are, then whatever visions you're getting from within is from your higher self. And that's just a life that you already know that you have lived and it's achievable. You just got to follow the yellow brick road to get there. Because life's a video game, so you just got to follow the highlighted items, your intuition, pick up the phone, call this one person, go here, take this alternative route, even though your logical brains was like, I wouldn't do that. Cut the logical brain off and just start going with the God man, Neotech, right? Just go with the God man voice, which is the second brain, your gut, your truer self is telling you, go this way, do this. Your spirit team, ancestors, they're always guiding you. You just got to shut down those other voices and everyone else is attaching basically monkeys on your back and just saying, I wouldn't do this, and all their insecurities and fears. We all, as at times, allow those voices to entertain our bodies just to make sure our self-preservation is always on point. You do want to think before you just jump in a pool. Are there sharks in here? Are there glass? Is there something at the bottom of the water? You know what I mean? You want to be smart about it, but take some time and meditate and ask your higher self, is this the right path? Is this action I'm taking in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing? You'll get your answer. Or is this a waste of my time? Just to get to the bottom of it, I don't like saying anything's a waste of time because life is a grand experience, okay? But if you find yourself doing something over and over again that's not bearing fruit, then you can sum it up to, this is a waste of my time because it's not getting you to your final destination. Unless if you like where you're at and you just like waking up as Groundhog's Day every day, or what about Bob every day, then that's fine. But me, the fire in me, I've always had that fire in me, and now it makes sense why I had that fire in me. Being lied to, being manipulated, people knowing you're great, but they want to dim you down so they can use you and manipulate you because they know you don't know how great you are. So they're going to utilize you for their benefit. I mean, there's all types of shit. So that's why I'm so defensive, because I've been fucked over. People still attempting to fuck me over now. I'm like, I know better. Just you live and you learn, you know. So collective, this world and this phase we're in, is the best time to be alive. So I'll leave this download on this note. These are 20 minutes in and 58 seconds. It was 20 minutes, 57 seconds. And if you know, you know. All equals to sevens. But I'm going to leave you guys on this note, right? Just be within the alignment. Be the feeling. Cut off all distractions in this new earth. We cannot bring old baggage with us. The math doesn't math. If the frequency's not there, bottom line, I know it is tough to tell people, no, I can't chill, or whatever the case may be. But the more uncomfortable you feel when you say this, that is an indication that you are stepping closer to your higher purpose. Because these are just temporary pleasures, no disrespect to friends and families that you have. But if you have a higher mission and a fire within, you're not going to let anyone diminish that fire that you have in here. That's your true soul's compass, okay? Some people may not have that same desire and fire as you do within their own lives, which is perfectly fine. I like that. And confirmation, bitches. A little light Twitter. And that's fine. You just got to align with the frequencies that match your frequency. That's the best way, and that's the best formula for you to produce tangibly success. Because if you are successful and you have the successful fire in you, motivation, bottom line, and the people around you don't have that same motivational fire in you, then how do you expect to catapult to that destination if you have people around you that are not encouraging you to be the best version of yourself? Oh, Spirit Team, you're the best. Microphone drop 1,000 times. That's a perfect way to explain your situation, to gauge, are you going to be successful in the next 5 years? Look at your surroundings. Look at your friends and family. No disrespect. This is just how we all gauge our lives. Okay? I don't want to say how we all gauge our lives, but the people that are successful and want more out of their lives, they come down to that point by looking around their surroundings and say, what is holding me back besides myself, my own decisions? We're all accountable for our own decisions. Don't blame others. But you look at your own personal environment and you say, okay, what is holding me back and what is going to build me up? And if your company doesn't have the same energy that you have internally and you're just sticking around to be friendly with people, you got to make that decision to get out of that environment and take the road that's less traveled, and you will bear more fruit by you following your intuition and your dreams that's within your own coding. Because every code that lies within us is our own answer to our own future. It is. It's just right there in front of us. It's hiding in plain sight, but we get talked out of our own visions. No, that's impossible. Boom, boom. Us humans love to put limitations on shit. Hence, our logical brain always talks us out of our own internal answers. I'll leave it on that. I love you. If you know, you know. Collective, it's always a pleasure to see your videos, to see your visuals as well. If you know, you know. And to see us all learn from one another, and to continue raising this frequency of this planet, because if we continue doing that, then we will not go backwards to the old frequencies. So we have to work in concert and in unison to make this new earth stay on the pendulum or on the rotation it's on. So it does take a collective. It takes a village to raise a child. Something like that. Yeah, to raise a kid, it takes a village, something like that. But basically what we're saying is we have solidified our positions in this new role. We're the new ambassadors. And we are making sure we take the most responsible steps because we have a younger generation that's now watching us and that's now molding their actions off of us. We're the new age celebrities. So whatever we do has consequences or benefits. And consequences could be a perfect word to sum it all up because everything we do has an effect to it. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. I'm saying that to myself as well. So whatever we do, we are being heavily watched and monitored. So let's keep that in mind and be a good representation of God, which all of y'all have been telling me forever. And this guy just likes to come out and play, but that's no excuse. At least I'm still working on that. So I am being my best to stay in this frequency as Bruce Banner and keep the Incredible Hulk within as well, because I love Incredible Hulk. I don't hate anything within me because all of these tools were bestowed upon me for a reason. I just need to be smart enough and have the knowledge enough to know when to go inside and grab which tool for the mission. Man, this Spirit team is awesome with these stories and analogies. I love it. Let me finally drop the microphone and we'll go on and on, okay? But yeah, we just got to have the discernment to know which tool we're going to go within our toolkit to grab for the mission, because God's always gauging us on how we respond to the situation. It boils down to, it doesn't matter what happens to a degree, right? It just depends on how we respond to each situation that is in front of us. So I love you all. Hopefully that resonated with you. Hopefully you can take away something from this mission and message and mission if you're a part of God's chosen collective, knowing that we need to work with the planet, not against the planet. That's your mission. However that may fit. If you're working with the planet, you're good. If you're working against the planet, ask yourself how you can change your actions and get back in alignment with how this planet and how we were originally created to operate with one another. And then you'll be good. And I thought I was going to say something else, but I think we're going to be good on that. Yes, and just be mindful of the actions you do, because we have our younger generation watching over us all. And we want them to have the best role models to model after, so they can actually rinse and repeat. And then they can fulfill our positions. And then they can find the right people to usher in for their positions when it's time for them to go on their next cosmic journey. I love it. I love being a teacher. And I love you all again. You stay pretty, you stay handsome, you stay doing what you're doing, stay making God proud. And I'll be back when I'm back. Love yous. Take care.